fashion, we think of catwalks, models, designer clothing, the latest styles, and renowned fashion designers. But did you know that the same fashion industry that produces such glamour also produces an enormous amount of environmental degradation? So much so that this is the second most polluting industry in the whole world. When a garment is made, the tailoring units produce an enormous amount of waste in the form of katran or wasted textile. But the design studio, founded by fashion designer and social entrepreneur Ashita Singhal, believes that each fragment of fabric waste has the potential of being repurposed into a beautiful garment, and so katran or waste at Paiwan Studio is all too precious.
Usually सारे डिज़ाइन हाउसेस का प्रोसेस होता है ना कि वो पहले गारमेंट डिज़ाइन कर लेते हैं, फिर फैब्रिक लेके आते हैं, बनवाते हैं या उसे डाई करते हैं. हमारा प्रोसेस कतरन से स्टार्ट होता है.
Started in 2018, Paiwan Studio is a unique upcycling textile studio that sees beauty in patches, scraps, bits and fragments, and believes in adding value by repurposing those forgotten pieces. There's a story behind its rather unique name.
I heard this through my mother, and पहले कहीं भी किसी भी चीज़ में अगर कुछ छेद हो जाता था, होल हो जाता तो कहते थे पैवन लगा दो इस पे. And that's how the brand was started, the brand name was found, and I wanted to give an ode to the lost culture and the lost era, and kind of bring back the essence of upcycling that used to happen in our households.
When Ashita started her journey, she was fascinated by the fashion industry and its different trends, but very soon she observed firsthand the amount of waste that the industry generates.
हमारी pattern making की class थी, and 15 students would produce so much waste, and I got shocked in that moment only that, oh my God, what is happening? Suddenly, we started cutting our garments, and the floor was filled with waste because we were, mindlessly cutting, and we were just following how pattern making is done, and it made me wonder that if this is the situation right now, what must be happening in the industry at large.
Horrified by the piles and masses of waste, Ashita started doing research. She decided to try and create a hand-spun yarn using only scrap for her graduation project. That upcycling project turned into the idea for a startup. And that's how Noida-based Paiwan Studio came into being. Paiwan takes scrap from design studios, weaves it into fabric, and sells it back to them. But every business comes with a challenge, and for Ashita, the journey wasn't an easy one.
I think in the past, the biggest challenge was to, even get the waste. Though I started thinking that waste is readily available, everybody would want to give their waste. But when you ask a design house to give the waste, there is a sense of confidence that you have to, build with them as well. That their designs are not going to leak out because their waste is basically their design directly. So when anybody sends us the waste, it's they're letting us enter into their whole design journey. So that has been a challenge. Awareing people about sustainability has been one of the biggest challenge. क्यों कर रहे हो ये? क्यों करना है? कतरन से ही क्यों काम करना है?
But today, Ashita is challenging the conventional norms of textile design while focusing on the importance of craft and the need for sustainability. Once the waste is collected from different design houses and export houses, the fabric is sorted by color and fiber, then washed, dried, ironed, and cut into narrow strips. The strips are then joined to achieve length as required for weaving and then wound around bobbins. On the loom, weavers insert the prepared textile waste bobbin as a weft to create the desired new textile. The strips are woven onto the loom, taking into account the textile waste, the designer's brief, the color story, and final use. Inspiration for working on the design comes to Ashita from life around her, city lights, nature, and the work of different artists. Along with sustainability, Paiwan Studio believes in empowering Indian weavers and reviving handcraft techniques. It's collaborated with various artisans to repurpose textile waste into meaningful textiles.
Whatever skill set they come with, we try to understand that as a design team, and then we replace their materials so that they don't face much challenges in adopting or adapting to this technique. That's how we started, and even today as we are growing, we are trying to relook at different Indian crafts. Also, we have a lot of local ladies who are working with us, who live in the nearby area of our factory and come from different walks of life, different backgrounds, and they have become the backbone of Paiwan now.
The brand aspires to continue reusing waste materials in new ways and aims to create awareness around the importance and urgency of reducing textile waste that pollutes the environment and oceans.
From textile waste to chemical dyes, both harm the environment and cause pollution in their own way. But when we talk about giving our clothes a conscience, what do we actually mean? Does it mean we make mindful choices when buying something? Does it mean we recycle what we own? We think it's not only about making sustainable fashion choices, but also understanding that those choices are keeping livelihoods going across India. One such place is Arena Naturals. Started in 1994, Arena Naturals was set up in a small room with just 4 employees. From Arena Naturals started the Shrishti Fund, which set up for the physically disabled children of tea plantation workers, which is now providing them with vocational training and education. Today, Arena Natural is helping more than 40 physically disabled young adults to earn a living by using sustainable methods.
This is a pashmina shop.
One of them is Bhanumati. She has been associated with Arena Natural since she was 16 and was the first woman employee here. Today, she's a floor supervisor and master trainer about to give us a crash course in one of Arena Natural's many processes.
This is Aranya. Aranya means forest. These are natural raw material. This is a myrobalan pre-treatment of cloth. This is the binding agent, and this is a tea fiber and getting from tea factory, and this is a eucalyptus leaves, and eucalyptus leaves and nipotorium and tea fiber are our local raw material, and this is a manjista root, and this is a red creeper, this is anatto seed, and this is acacia catechu, acacia tree extract, and this is a lac insect secretion, and this is a pomegranate shell and turmeric, this is a indigo getting from plant extract, and soap nut for final wash. So boiling the one raw material, 3 color fixing agent and 3 different shades. See, and this 3 tea fiber, and this is a tussar silk, and this is a tea fiber with aluminum sulfate and copper sulfate and iron, and 3 metallic salt add and 3 different shades. And this is a eucalyptus leaves, and this is a Indian madder, and this is acacia catechu, and this is a wheat color, and these are mixing color, and this is a lac. And black color is getting from scrap iron and molasses, then fermentation after take the solution, the black color comes. And this is a pomegranate shell, and this is a indigo, and these are mixing colors. We are using the silk on cotton and linen and pashmina shell, all natural fibers getting natural colors. And this is our dyeing areas. See, first boiling the raw material. See the raw material, no? This is first boiling the raw material. The 1 hour boiling, then extract the dye. Like this 2 tub dye. This is a 1 tub dye and 1 tub modern. Modern means color fixing agent, the metallic salt. And 10 minutes dye, after 5 minutes modern. Then 45 minutes continue the process, the color will come.
Home to stunning tea plantations and lush green forests, Munnar is also home to a vast array of flora and fauna. Most of the raw material used in the dyeing process at Arena Naturals is sourced locally, while the rest comes from the other parts of the country. Arena Naturals specializes in indigo dyeing, a color that's extracted naturally. The cloth is dipped into a huge barrel several times over 2 to 5 days, depending on the shade and intensity required. This process not only ensures that the water is used again, but a special plant also keeps the colored water from polluting the groundwater. The process of dyeing the cloth is quite interesting as well. In its journey to indigo, the colored cloth starts off as blue, which turns green during the process and then back to blue again. If this is not the beauty of nature, then what is? But Arena Naturals is in sync with nature through more than just natural dyes. The organization also specializes in eco-printing using leaves from the surrounding forests.
See, this is a batik print, then beeswax and paraffin wax melted, then put it in the block. So printing first like this. Then after dyeing, then remove the wax area getting white. See, this is the final product.
Shibori is the Japanese art of manual tie-dyeing, and the team at Arena Naturals has trained under the Japanese textile artist Yoshiko Wada. She taught the young adults special techniques of Shibori art, which are now a signature hallmark of their creations. In fact, one of the artisans came up with such a unique innovation that became so popular that Yoshiko Wada named the technique after him.
See, this is a Shibori team. So 8 people are working here. Then every day, then new Shibori technique. See, Sri Kala. Sri Kala innovated the tree of life, like this. See, this is a Kumo Shibori. After dyeing, everything is finished. That will be coming. This is a Kumo Shibori. His name is Arumugam. That Shibori name is Saru Shibori. This one Aru Shibori. This is Arashi Shibori. Arumugam is there. See. This is Arumugam. She is the innovated the design. This is a Aru Shibori. That is the difference. See, this is with bamboo. This is without bamboo. This is with bamboo. He is innovated the design.
By giving opportunities to these young adults, Arena has ensured a sustainable livelihood for them while ensuring that the environment is protected too.
Arena Natural was founded in about 27 years ago. Srishti as a trust was formed very recently, and this was formulated to help the physically and mentally challenged young adults in Munnar. Since they have no other avenue of work, a creative work was found to be more useful for them to make them more self-sufficient and independent.
Today on Clothes with a Conscience, let's go bananas, in a manner of speaking. Harvested 2 to 3 times a year, banana stems are usually cut and thrown away. But what we think of as waste can actually be used to make clothes. That's right. Banana fibers can be used to make fabric that will eventually be used for clothing. So by opting for products made from natural fibers, we can reduce the waste that we dump into gigantic landfills that eventually comes back to haunt us
as polluted air or water. And here's why it makes sense in India. This country is the largest producer of bananas in the world with an annual output of about 14.2 million tons. So not only are bananas a great source of potassium, they're increasingly becoming all the rage with several fashion brands for the fiber that peels and the stems contain. Not only is this fiber biodegradable and eco-friendly, it's also providing employment opportunities to thousands of people. Seeping from Chennai is known for working with various kinds of fibers. One of them is banana fiber. Temples in South India extensively use banana plants and trees for decoration. They're also a symbol of prosperity and fertility. Seeping saw this as a great source of raw material and started collecting banana fiber from amongst this pile of temple waste.
40 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி ஒரு மேகசினில் படிச்சிருந்தேன் நான். அந்த மேகசினில் வந்து சீதா வந்து ராவணியாசை கிட்னாப் பண்ணிட்டு போனாங்க. அப்போ அந்த மாற்றோட வேணும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லும்போது ஆஞ்சநேய சுவாமிஜி கிட்ட வாழைநார் புடவை கொடுத்துருந்தாங்க. ஒரு ஐதீகம் படித்தேன் நான். அதே இம்ப்ரெஷன் ஆச்சு.
Seeping has experimented with fibers like pineapple, bamboo and even aloe vera to make yarn since these raw materials are easily available to him. Even though banana fiber is not a new discovery, its use had been very limited. Today, with increasing conversations around sustainable and slow fashion, banana fiber has emerged as a game changer.
வேர்ல்டு வைடில் செகண்டில் நம்ம பனானா கல்டிவேஷன் இருக்கும். அவ்வளோ ஹெக்டேர் கணக்கில் வேஸ்ட்டாக போகுது. காட்டனுடைய காஸ்ட் வைஸ் இன்க்ரீஸ் ஆகிட்டுருக்கு. அதுக்கு ஆல்டர்னேட்டிவ் வரும்போது வந்து பனானா ஃபைபரு நாங்கள் சூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கிறோம்.
What started as an experiment now involves traditional weavers. The process of turning fiber into fabric is done by hand using the traditional hand loom. Apart from weavers, Ananafit has also included women by providing them training in fiber extraction. The fiber has other advantages too. It's vegan, keeps you cool during summer since it has great absorption properties, and looks very chic and stylish.
முழுக்க எக்கோ ஃப்ரெண்ட்லி எந்த ஒரு கெமிக்கல் ப்ராசஸ் ஜீரோ பொல்யூஷன் ஜீரோ கெமிக்கல் நேச்சுரல் ஃபைபரில் பேஸ்டு டெக்ஸ்டைல் நாங்கள் கொண்டு போயிட்டுருக்குறோம். நாங்கள்
very few brands have ventured into making yarn or even products from banana fiber, and the lack of awareness is another reason why the demand still remains very limited for these products. Manufacturers have been hesitant when it comes to using agricultural waste, but the ample and abundant supply of raw material makes plant waste fabrics a winner. And if we can also reduce our waste burden, then that will make our planet, our home, the real champion.
நல்ல